Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Anime Review, episode number 13. This is reviewing the 6th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Golden Wind, which is known as Moody Blues Counterattack. Yeah, that is what it's called. Yeah, this is also the 119th episode of the anime. This episode is roughly adapted from chapters 459 to 461. Yep. And of course parts 484. For that, I think it just has the flashback for one of the characters in this episode, which he gets some focus in here. He kind of wraps up the mystery it kind of started the last episode. I mean, that's basically what this particular season has been. It's been two-parter, two-parter, two-parter. This kind of felt like, yes, it did kind of wrap up this particular little plot point from the previous episode, but I don't think this particular portion of the arc was wrapped up yet. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to last, but yeah. Pick out right where last week left off. Yeah, the main character of this entire part is actually absent from this episode. You see him in a flash. You see him like in the recap of last week's episode. This one you don't see him at all. He's completely absent. He's referenced like several times. He's mentioned, but he doesn't make a physical appearance, which is kind of weird. Yeah, the whole episode has to be held by Baraki and Albereno. Yeah, this one delves into Albereno's backstory, which, okay, fine if you want to delve into it. Yeah, because I think prior to this particular episode, even prior to 2 weeks back, we know almost nothing about this character, and yet, okay, this is the guy's backstory. After he finished high school, he became a cop, which he did an okay job at, despite the fact he was getting heavily chastised. And apparently the cops half the time didn't do their damn job, so basically he was maybe like the only person who actually did his job, until he took a bribe from a pimp. No, this is not a pimp similar like the Godfather, the wrestler. No, not that pimp. This is a weird looking pimp, and there's a woman who I think is supposed to be a prostitute, and he just takes a small bribe, looks the other way, and then runs into the guy again when he robs a store. What looked like a convenient, it seems like a regular grocery store. He also killed the owner, and his partner got killed. So apparently, somehow him accepting bribe that got out. Somehow the show doesn't explain how in the world that was. Somehow he was found to be a dirty cop, kicked out the force, and then the guys started drinking. They run into Baraki, and of course they finish up that little flashback at the end of the episode with him asking to join the team, which he does accept because he's part of the team. The whole episode itself pretty much picks up exactly where last week's episode left off. We have Gorno, after last week him being sort of like deflated like a balloon. Yeah, they actually solved that mystery. As for where these people were hiding, which was basically most of the supporting cast, along with the main character. Yeah, as for where they were, it's the most unusual thing. How in the world this is accomplished is by this other guy's stand. Oh yeah, and they also show up Albereno's his own stand. It's called Melody Blues, and apparently it's a thing that uses time travel. Yes. Yeah, it acts like a VHS player. Believe it or not. Yeah. It acts like a VHS player. You wind like 5 minutes and you play for a bit and you say pause. So yeah, it's kind of like a VHS player. Yeah. Those of you who don't know what a VHS player is, it's somebody that plays videotapes. Now, pretty much anybody who was pretty much around, like, I don't know, around teenage right now, they probably don't know what the heck a VHS tape is. I know what it is because I basically went to elementary school in the 90s. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I play videotapes. I had a thing called a rewinder, which actually rewind videotapes. So, yes. The Melody Blues stand is like a VHS player. It's like a VCR. They essentially put what it is. Yeah, it has a little timer on the forehead, and he poses was the first guy was taken, and they show he was taking the pipe. How he got there was quite unusual. Apparently, he was deflated. Yep, all the other guys were deflated. Yep, we kind of got hinted this last week's episode. But yeah, he was deflated. We finally got to answer that question. And everybody got sent someplace unusual. There's also a thing about there was another boat. Yeah, Baraki found this out very easily. Took some time, but yeah, he found out. Apparently, there were 2 yachts. Apparently, Laguna 1 was part of this one for some reason. Yeah, that was never explained. Yeah, but it was quite interesting of a good mystery. Oh, and by the way, where were these people kept? Inside the mast. I'm not kidding about that. They were kept inside the mast the whole time. How Baraki found this out is actually the most unusual. It's actually a bit of an obvious clue. It took him a little while. It wasn't like instant, like, okay. Yeah, I think he figured kind of instantly, but doesn't reveal like for another few minutes. Yeah, basically when Alberto basically cut his hand, put it on, and touched his bloody hand on Baraki's face and had basically blood like that. So, yeah, he was hiding inside the mast. Alberto got no problem. He was able to reinflate no problem. As for how in the world they're probably going to get out the other characters probably next episode. Probably all when they get out of things, they'll probably be, returned back to normal. Oh, yeah, what happened to the enemy stand user? He got beheaded. No, it wasn't like some sword or something like that. He got beheaded in the most unusual way I've ever seen a movie get beheaded in any fan fiction. With a zipper. Yeah, Baraki used the zipper ability to make a zipper appear around the guy's neck and have removed. Yeah. He kind of showed this off when he moved his arm before, so going for a head, this is not unusual, but yeah, that's how he took out the stand user. Yeah, essentially he beheaded him. Or at least he decapitated him with a zipper. Yeah, and how he found out the whole thing of how he found with 2 boats. He actually had his stand make a big hole in the bottom of the boat, so the boat kind of sank, but it really didn't. It's perfectly fine. Yep. This overall was a pretty good episode. Good mystery. I like it. I just kind of felt as though they should have probably... When the episode ended, I kind of felt like, though, really? They're going to end right here? I'm sure a lot of people who didn't read the manga are like, wow, that was a pretty quick episode. Yeah, it felt pretty quick. But it was a pretty interesting episode, and I think that maybe this little part of the arc probably will continue for another 2 or 3 episodes, because next episode is called, believe it or not, this is one of the titles for it. It's called Sex Pistols Appear. Yeah, because Hiroshima loves his rock, so he has characters named after rock bands, like Led Zeppelin with Baron Zeppeli. I heard something with Speedwagon. I heard he may be named after an actual rock band. I'm not sure what. I heard the name in the Queen Bath fiction. I actually saw it tonight, by the way. Part 2 is AC/DC. 3 was Darby. I heard his name after a rapper. Last one basically was appearance-wise. I didn't know this until I saw the little top 10. Yeah, apparently the main villain of Part 4, his appearance based on the late David Bowie, who actually passed away just a couple years ago. Yeah. And now we have stands named after rock bands versus Black Sabbath. And now apparently we have a stand named after Sex Pistols. A band that, like all rock bands, well, I've heard was basically into drugs. And I've seen sort of a biopic about them. Kind of, really. Kind of not. It's called Sid and Nancy with Gary Oldman. Yeah, it's basically the relationship between the lead singer of the band, Sid Vicious. No, this is not related to the actual wrestler who's also known as Psycho Sid. Completely different person altogether. Yeah, and his relationship with his girlfriend, Nancy. It's like a pretty good movie. I do highly recommend it. Yep. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I like the title for it. But, like I said with last week's episode, this is probably by far the only anime I've watched where they don't show technically a preview of next week's episode. It just showed like a quick thing of the show's image, the icon for the show, and the name of the next week's episode. And that's it. That's literally all they do. Yep. So that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for our reviews of My Hero Academia and Hunter x Hunter. Until I see you next video. Bye.